This time, on the highway through hell,
4 inches of ice.
$1 million wreck
Look, jackknife!
leaves a load of prescription drugs stranded on the mountain.
This thing is hammered right in here. That ain't good.
I've never seen anything like that before.
And
What is he doing down there?
the heavy rescue headaches keep piling up,
Why isn't he getting up the hill and opening the road? Tell me what you're doing.
forcing Jamie to get tough
Why are you up the hill?
with his most senior driver. In the rugged mountains of the Pacific Northwest, there's a highway like no other. The Coquihalla is an engineering marvel. But when the weather turns bad,
Look out! It's like the Bermuda Triangle of truck accidents.
keeping the Coke open takes an army
When the highway shuts down, the world shuts down.
and a last line of defense.
Jimmy Davis en route.
A heavy rescue team ready to tackle any disaster. Because here, closure is not an option.
By 7 p.m. here, it's supposed to be 0 degrees.
It's a busy Friday evening, and the Coke is thick with trucks and travelers.
Mother Nature always can turn on you out here. The snow is changing to rain. This gets icy anytime soon, and you're going to see a lot more accidents up here.
To keep the road surface from freezing over, highway crews have started laying down a mix of salt and sand.
The whole road surface is wet right now, and it's going to cool off. So what we have to do is sand and a little bit of salt. Otherwise, it just turns to a sheet of ice.
Higher on the mountain, the road has already iced over.
It's pure icy up there on the bridge at Shylock, going on the Shylock. I'm glad I brought a second pair of underwear, because I just about needed them.
At 7:48, just north of the Shylock exit,
Somebody crashed and blocked both sides of the Coke.
a semi has plowed into the deep snow. Both lanes of traffic are shut down.
I'm going to need at least one heavy wrecker for a truck and trailer that are in a ditch.
Within minutes, a fast-moving highway becomes a parking lot.
We're literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of motors that are sitting in the queue down there trying to get to where they got to be.
Apparently a truck went through the no post and traffic's closed with no estimated time of opening. Don't tell me they're turning us around here.
At 8:01, authorities close the Coke to keep the backup from getting even worse.
She's closed tonight. You guys will have to take 1 or 3.
They're closed down the Coke now. They're turning everybody around.
They don't want to go back, they want to go through.
But for the hundreds of drivers already on the mountain, there's no escape.
Yeah, Jamie Davis is en route. Hey, go get him, Adam. He's up there.
The line of trapped vehicles extends halfway down the Coke.
This time the traffic's backed up all the way almost to Merritt. That's about 90 kilometers worth of traffic backed up.
This thing is
The semi lost control on a grueling descent, bounced off the median, and slammed hard into a snowbank.
The truck is just mangled. The whole front end is tore right off the truck.
Hey, let's go. Grab this line. Come on.
It's not clear yet. We're still at a standstill down here.
You got highways breathing down your neck and general public breathing down your neck. And so you try to do your best to get it out of there as quick as you can.
Got it wrapped around the whole frame, eh?
Adam rigs up to the smashed cab, hoping this job is a simple pullout. But the wreck won't budge.
Ain't moving.
When the truck hit, the hot engine melted the snow.
Well, it's buried right into the snow.
It quickly refroze, trapping the cab in a block of ice.
It's like concrete in there.
She's so far in the snow there, just can't do it with one truck.
So Kevin calls in the cavalry.
Oh, this is pissing me off. You got service? I got one bar and I don't want to move.
Jamie heads up in the rotator.
Yeah.
But now, ice on the road has spread all the way down the mountain.
I can see the sheen on the road. We're on ice. I'm losing my steering a little bit. Whoa, this is really icy right here. Hang on.
You got a copy there, Jamie?
Yeah, go ahead.
This thing is hammered right in here. I don't know if we're gonna get her out, so.
By the time Bruce and Scott arrive, traffic has been at a dead stop for over an hour.
These guys get together on the back end here. We might get something going.
Adam wastes no time getting them hooked up to the semi, hoping 3 wreckers will do the trick.
Now he's gonna be stuck here, you watch.
Without chains, Bruce can't get traction.
Come on, you stupid.
You're gonna have to chain up, Bruce.
Bruce doesn't like using the heavy-duty chains.
Well, I was gonna do that once I got the hook on it and then pull ahead.
Bruce is getting on in age. I like the old bugger, but he's slowing down.
Okay, I got her moving on the front now, so we get on the back, it should come.
We wanted you up so you can pull it back.
You gotta pull ahead some, Bruce.
You're right in my line.
Jamie arrives to add the rotator's might to the mix.
Oh, there's the big dog.
Tonight, stepson Brandon's on swamper duty.
Hook it into the chain there with Scotty.
Suppose there's no option here.
What's going on? Go close.
We have 4 trucks on one truck trailer.
Hook that left side up for me.
Jamie rigs all 4 of his heavy rescue trucks to the icebound wreck, betting their combined power can pull it free.
I've never seen anything like that before, 4 trucks on one.
You good to go, Scotty? Okay, pull now a little bit. Just kind of catch up with me. Keep going. Pull.
It's like pulling it like through a cement wall.
We got a lot of trucks in this thing. It's just planted in there, man. It's just like cement. That's unbelievable. Okay.
Keep pulling. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa!
What's the matter? The wall's cracking all the way up.
The force of the pull is ripping the trailer in half.
So if we pull this backwards, we're gonna end up pulling this whole trailer apart. So there's a lot of force pulling this, but there's something holding it back. It's kind of down and hung up on something. Would say it was in it.
There's $500,000 in pharmaceuticals.
It's got pharmaceuticals in it, $500,000.
If they keep pulling, they'll dump the load all over the highway.
Hey, did they open up the coke yet?
Hundreds of drivers have now been trapped on the remote highway for 2 hours.
Southbound is still completely shut.
In the freezing cold, it's a dangerous situation.
We're frustrated.
The RCMP want it fixed now.
I'll get out of the way.
Well, can you move the barriers out of this lane?
The wreck scattered concrete barriers in both lanes.
Okay, I'll move all that stuff.
If they can be moved, traffic should be able to squeeze by.
So put it through there, back into itself. Do the other one on the other side.
Whoa, baby!
That spot we're in here right now, highway's completely shut down, so people are a little ticked off that they gotta wait. Brandon! Where is he? Where did Brandon go?
Jamie doesn't have time to look for his swamper stepson.
Yeah, I'll go over there, pull the chain over to that one. We'll get that other one in the middle. Okay, the ambulance is going through.
Brandon's nose was bleeding. I told him to go to the ambulance.
No. He needs to get a napkin. He doesn't have to go to the ambulance. Oh.
I didn't tell him to go in the ambulance. I just told him to go to the ambulance and stop his nose from bleeding.
Is he in the ambulance?
I don't think so.
The cold, dry air and high elevation are biting on Brandon's nose.
It's just the time of the year. I always get this once a year.
But as soon as Jamie gets his youngest crew member back, his oldest decides to take a nap.
They're letting you through now?
With the barriers out of the way,
Yes, sir.
the backup begins to move along the ice-slick highway.
Pretty slippery. I can't even get up here.
Look how thick it is. Here's the actual road here.
Truck's coming.
What is that? 4 inches of ice.
Watch your back, watch your back.
Ooh, I don't like the look of this guy coming here.
Look! Look, jackknife! Look out! Look out!
They're letting you through now?
A 55-mile traffic backup is finally starting to move, but it has to cross a nasty piece of ice.
Pretty slippery. I can't even get up here.
It isn't long before someone starts sliding.
Look, jackknife! Look out! Look out!
Well, we got her stopped.
Oh, just sheer ice. Just a skating rink. Yeah, it's very, very bad, very bad.
The jackknife shuts down the southbound lane again.
Hook him up with a toe pin. We'll just straighten that guy out.
Thank God it wasn't going too fast. Careful, just in case he slides, right?
Want him unhooked? Yeah, unhook him, I guess.
Very slippery.
It's slick out here again.
Oh, it's bad. Little dicey.
Well, hopefully they can get some sand down here. You can barely walk on the stuff.
Gotta get a sand truck in here as fast as we can.
But the sand truck is trapped in traffic a mile down the mountain.
But we're clearing them out one by one. He's been in the lineup just waiting.
To prevent a pileup, police send the trucks through one at a time.
Okay, send the next one.
Just before midnight, the sand finally arrives. And traffic gets moving.
They opened the 5 up.
As the backup clears, the highway and the frozen wreck are turned over to Jamie.
It's phenomenal why it's not just jumping out of there.
Yeah, I don't know what it would be hung up on.
Well, I
I
don't know.
remember any no-post being there. So yeah, 12:45 for opening in Merritt.
Reopened from Hope to Merritt.
Jamie has just 20 minutes before the next big wave of traffic hits.
We're certainly hoping that Jamie will be able to recover this rig and get it out of here in time.
Hey, you get man with these cables? Just get this one first.
This time, the plan is to both pull and lift.
What's happening is the landing gear is digging into the ground there, so we gotta lift it and then pull it back.
The rotator will lift the front of the trailer, hoping to free it, while the others pull from either end.
See how Bruce is making out here. See if he's on his cable. You all ready to go, Bruce?
Not yet. There we go.
Just do what you can do till you slide back and then stop. Ready?
Jamie's hoping the lift will keep the already compromised trailer from breaking apart
How's that?
and spilling pills all over the highway.
Hold it.
It's actually bending the truck frame as we're lifting it up. Why is this thing not coming? It's just bending in half, this thing. Either it's hung up on a guardrail underneath there that we can't see, or it's cemented in there by the snow.
With traffic on its way, Jamie decides to keep pulling.
Yep, let's do it. Pull. It's just like something's underneath it or something.
These two lines are real iffy.
Everybody come out.
Get out of there.
One more. The end of that, baby.
The cab begins to break apart. But they keep pulling.
We're getting pretty close. Okay, stop. Well, we got it broken loose now.
We got her now. There was some kind of a culvert down there. But it's bizarre how hard that was to get out of there. So I'm gonna get out of the way now and get out of Adam's way.
Southbound traffic is just 10 minutes away. They still have to get the semi off the road and to a nearby pullout.
We're not home free just yet.
Too slippery.
The trailer's air brakes are locked.
He's got to actually physically drag that out from underneath here.
Kevin lowers the landing gear so they can disconnect.
It's called a front end lift crooked toe.
Adam gets the wreck and its $500,000 cargo off the road, just as the wave of traffic arrives. After a long night on the coke, Jamie's crew spends the morning getting ready for the next big wreck. Bruce preps the tire chains he never got to last night. At 65, Bruce Hardy is Jamie's oldest and most experienced driver. 2 years ago, Bruce survived a near-fatal accident. After 4 days in the hospital, he came straight back to work.
A lot of these new guys can't keep up the hours that the rest of us can. I can go 36, 52 hours without sleep. Doesn't bother me.
For the last 5 years, he's been in the same 1992 Home 750 wrecker. And he's still waiting for Jamie to make good on a promise to pimp it out.
Be a sweet truck when she's done, putting a wicked sound system in it, and all underneath the body. They're going to put strobe lights.
I've had a game with Bruce for a long time. Who's going to conk out first, him or the truck? They're neck and neck right now. I don't know.
Come on.
This season, Bruce is back, insisting he's got another winter in him.
It's in my blood. No, it's a job I just love doing.
But Jamie's not so sure.
I worry about Bruce all the time. Because he gets some truck stop or in a parking lot or pull out somewhere on the highway, passed away. Bruce is a great guy, but when the snow flies, Bruce isn't exactly the snow shed warrior.
Case in point, tire chains.
I don't like chaining up, period.
Jamie is trying to have him around for a few more years, but it's hard work, and he's getting older, and his health isn't as good as it is. We kind of want to preserve him, right? We don't want to kill him.
Bruce may be slowing down, but Rob is stepping up to new responsibilities.
Jamie put me in charge of the flagging.
It's not the first time Rob's been in charge of a crew. The first time was on a chicken farm.
And my job was basically to make sure that nobody was playing football with the chickens, with the dead chickens. Farmers don't like it. Doesn't matter if the chicken's deceased or not, but You're horsing around, you're on the farmer's time.
Well, that's cracked. That's no good.
With the flagging truck stocked up, Jamie sends Rob to handle a police tow.
Yep, 70 impound.
An unlucky speeder is heading to the impound yard.
I guess he was doing 156 in 100 zone, no driver's license, so it's gone for 7 days. The only speeding ticket I got was I was doing 10 over. And that's it. 156 in 100 kilometer zone. That's ridiculous. You do 100, you get to your destination at the same time. Yeah. You know? We got enough speeders and we gotta get them off the road.
No kidding.
By sundown, a new storm is rolling up the Coke.
Look out, boy, 'cause she's ugly.
Snowplows are working hard to keep ahead of it, but they're being held back by spun-out semis.
I was going pretty heavy there, and there was guys going northbound were having problems there.
Jamie sent both Adam and Bruce to help keep things moving.
We're going right up slow.
Bruce comes up on a struggling semi.
Yeah, he's chained up. That's good.
He decides to let him fend for himself. A little farther up the hill, Adam's got more spinouts than he can handle.
They lost count. It's good there. When will the madness end?
Adam's about to head up to the next job when he spots Bruce parked down the road.
Bruce is getting pretty old. Bruce can't do it much more, but yet he keeps Bruce in that truck.
Needs to be put into a different role and let somebody else attempt to run that old truck.
I need some help out here. I can't do all this by myself.
Do we have to chain up going over the Coke, anybody?
A snowstorm has trucks struggling to make it over the Coke. Adam is hustling to clear a backlog of spinouts when he sees Bruce doing not much of anything.
Bruce is getting pretty old. Bruce can't do it much more, but yet he keeps Bruce in that truck.
I need some help out here. I can't do all this by myself.
Jamie had hoped for a night off, but it looks like that's not going to happen.
Well, Bruce is probably not chained up, and I don't even know why he went out here. What good is he sitting in the lineup of traffic with the rest of the helpless bastards? Why did he even leave his house? Why did he even jump in my truck? Making me look like a fool out on the road.
These trucks don't like the snow. Ah, that good old Canadian winter.
When things are Armageddon like this, you gotta be a warrior. You gotta get it done.
Not far up the hill, he finds Bruce parked on the shoulder.
Here, look at this. In your truck there, Bruce? Bruce. Yeah. Let's give him some chains. So, how many trucks did you pull?
There's a 70, there's a guy with a rock truck on. He weighs 70 tons.
Oh, where's he?
He's just on the bridge.
Okay.
There's a couple of challenges up here yet.
Okay, so then you hammer on them. We'll try to get the trucks up the hill. Okay, all right. You need chains? I got a set of triples.
Tonight, Bruce put on a set of single tire chains, but they don't give him enough traction to pull much of anything.
Bruce, we've got a set of singles on, kind of sitting over there. He's gonna go up the road some freaking place. What are you gonna do with a set of singles on? Nothing.
Jamie and Gord stop to put a set of triple chains on the rotator.
Remember how to do it? So tight the center one first.
Triples wrap around both the inside and outside tires, giving twice the traction of a set of singles.
What is he doing down there? Why isn't he chained up with triples and getting up the hill and opening the road? Oh.
Bruce finally kicks into gear.
We're going up the hill.
Bruce driving up the hill with a loose set of singles on his truck. Like, what's he gonna do? What is he gonna pull up with a set of singles? Nothing. Might as well be down at the shop, stoking the fire and drinking beer.
Jamie heads up the hill to find a parking lot of spun-out semis.
Like, who do you pull first? You kind of got to go to the guys that are blocking the highway, right?
Imagine out there, James.
There's Adam coming down the hill.
Is there something actually blocking the hill here, Adam?
There's a big wide load up there, yeah.
Okay, I'll go get him.
At the head of the line is an oversized trailer hauling a 70-ton mining truck.
You check chains, I'll hook up. You're about the biggest badass load on the hill, so we're gonna get you first, I guess.
Pulling a load this heavy is tricky. Both drivers will need to move in sync. A sudden jolt could shock load and damage one or both trucks.
You gotta go in low gear.
Yeah, don't change gears. I'm just gonna go in low too.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? Okay, buddy. As soon as you lift off a little bit, I'll let her go. Everything okay there? I got this oversized, okay. He's got a lot of axles there. I'm not sure the exact weight, but he's up there. But it's still gonna be tough to get it up that hill. Nice.
Jamie's night off has turned into a low gear crawl across the Coke. And Bruce is nowhere in sight.
You on there, Bruce? Did you get those other trucks out or not there?
Hey, we're gone. It looks like they got themselves out.
In a weird kind of a way, he adds to the problem in a snow event. He's not clearing the highway, this guy. He's screwing the highway up. He's part of the problem. And that drives me nuts. Heading home.
Eventually, Bruce passes by on his way home. First thing next morning, Jamie stops by a local truck dealer to try to solve his Bruce problem.
This truck's actually nice, you know that? It may not look nice to you, but it's nice. Bruce needs to be driving this. This will be easier on his back and lifting and all that kind of stuff. And it'd be easier for him to drive around than driving them big trucks, you know? So that'll help him. He'll still be able to make a living, but, you know, I guess it's a little bit crusty like Bruce. So a crusty truck for a crusty guy.
All he needs to do now is convince Bruce.
The reason I'm talking to you is it is getting harder and harder for you to put in those hours and harder for you to do that work. Maybe the way to solve this problem is to put you more in a smaller truck, and then you work with Ken to do the car towing.
Bruce leaves the meeting, gets into his old home's wrecker, and drives off.
That was bull. Don't appreciate people saying I can't handle this job.
Jamie's staffing problems are piling up faster than the snow.
I just got a call from the RCMP. They're telling me that you have a serve prohib notice on your driver's license. So that means you're prohibited from driving. And he's coming over here right now.
Turns out Rob has one too many speeding tickets.
You know, you're gonna be out of a job if you don't have a license. You can't drive tow truck, you can't drive your flag truck, so you're done, right? You basically firing yourself.
Here comes the cop now.
Okay. Well, you can wait in here if you like. I just gotta go to the car and finish up the paper. Okay?
I'm screwed. I'm royally screwed. because I have no income. Without me, I pay most of the rent.
Popcom Road, or there's a truck in the trees there.
In the shop, Kevin takes a call for a wreck out on Highway 1.
He must have just missed the guardrail and went into the ditch there in between the two lanes.
We just got a call for Jack Semi, so I could really use Rob right now because we need a traffic control guy. So, you know, he's been doing a good job and he's been trying to get his things together there, but it's just a little bit too late.
They're prohibiting you from driving for a period of 4 months starting today. You have to understand though, if you get caught driving after 6 p.m., you'll be arrested.
It's when always my luck. Just whatever. I don't know.
Rob heads out to the wreck with Kevin. Kevin drives. The wreck is on the 4-lane highway 15 minutes west of Hope.
Changing from administration duty over to tow truck recovery guy again. Apparently it's some kind of a chicken truck on it in the ditch leaning to one side. The visibility is getting bad here. They may not even let us haul us out. It's getting worse and worse, so we could get shut down on this job too. Down in the trees down there. What happened? Just come around?
I came around the corner and I got caught up in the
slush.
My steer wouldn't steer no more.
Yeah.
The reefer started to jackknife, then drove up the road into a ravine full of trees.
There's a tree right on top of this thing? Wow. That just kind of took you for a ride, eh?
Oh, yeah. Seat belts work.
Yeah, it worked.
Seat belts really work. They work good.
Yeah. You know, it's probably pretty lucky that the driver didn't get a tree right in through his windshield. I mean, that's how bad it is.
He's lucky. Better buy a lottery ticket. Maybe that mustache will just slowed him down.
This is really a difficult job, and it's going to be quite time-consuming. Weather conditions, accident, the whole works. So, this is a lot more involving than we think it is. We're gonna have to get a crew in here to chop all the trees from on top of it, and then we might even have to pull all the guardrail out to move it out.
Are you gonna cut tonight and lift tomorrow?
That's kind of what I'm thinking we should do.
All they can do tonight is leave someone to guard the cargo, a trailer full of frozen chicken.
Rob can stay here with that thing? Has he got lots of gas in that truck?
Turns into a pumpkin at 6 o'clock, though.
He turns into a pumpkin?
Yeah.
At 6 p.m., Rob is going to lose his driver's license and probably his job. But he doesn't even make it till then.
I don't know what I did to my back, but it's killing me now.
What's wrong?
I don't know, man. I'm like so in pain, man. No, it's
having
like
one hell of a bad day today.
Just hours after losing his driver's license, Rob is sidelined by back pain.
No, it's
having
like
one hell of a bad day today. Going from bad to worse with the fucking motor truck.
The next morning, Bruce shows up in his old home's wrecker. Last night, Jamie called him to do a job in the smaller truck, and Bruce said no.
Oh, Jamie called me to go up and flip a car back on the Thru. I said, why can't Ken do it? I didn't go. It's just that I just crawled in the tub.
But the headache with Bruce is going to have to wait. Jamie has his hands full with news Rob has filed an injury claim with workers' comp.
What happened on the same day?
I don't know what I did when I lifted those signs. I don't know if I grabbed it and twisted the wrong way or what, but it just, boom. I can stand for 5 minutes and then that's it, I'm done. I gotta sit down.
Don't you think it looks kind of funny to your boss though when you have a compo claim the same day?
I'd rather be working, Jamie, I tell you that. This is not a good time for this to happen. This is like right at the end of the month. Can you lend me $1,000 for now? And then I can just pay my rent and pay the bills? Oh.
And I'll give you a check then.
Yeah, I'll pay it back. I always do.
Well, you need money to live, right?
Yeah, I'd rather be back at work though than doing this. Thank you. And I'll let you know more what happens. But yeah, I mean, faster I can get better, the better off I am, because I'd like to come back to work. I just don't want to be off like this.
This just gets to a point of stupidity where, why am I doing this? What I've got to do is wrap my head around the fact that if you're a guy who's here and you're not making money for the company and you're not keeping your keep, it's time for you to go. I can't run this business like this anymore. I can't have the tail wagging the dog.
An hour later, Jamie heads back to last night's chicken wreck, short one flagger.
So I've got all these guys around me doing what they feel like doing. You know, all this stuff can't come at a worse time. We're working around the clock to clear wrecks off the highway. Oh, I need those guys to be solid.
Oh, he's right down in the trees there.
A salvage crew has been up since dawn cutting trees off the totaled rig. The truck is a write-off, but its cargo of frozen chicken is still intact, and Jamie hopes to save it.
The load's inside, still frozen. We're gonna try to pull it out to the point where we can unload it or get it off the off-ramp.
But first, he's got to get the trailer out of the woods.
You got the stumps here in the way. You go backwards, it's gonna hit that tree more.
Making it worse, the guardrail that's supposed to keep trucks on the road is now blocking the way back.
Let's take some note posts out all the way down here till about here.
Lift up the lifter. That's good. You gotta pick up and then set it down and reset it. See, every second lift it opens and every second lift it closes. So you set it down and it locks and then you pick it and it opens.
The job is made easier by a new device salvage expert Jim Lasser offers up, a barrier clamp.
Now be careful.
We'll take the next two together.
Two together? Really? That should give us enough to come out, I think.
As trees are cleared from the far side of the trailer, Jim uncovers serious damage.
The other side of the trailer is so badly crinkled and wrinkled from the trees and all that the integrity is gone.
The trees have actually damaged the trailer so bad that the sides are now weak and they have weak points on them and it's actually torn up the side of the trailer.
A trailer is just like a tin can or a beer can. You put a little dent in the side of it and it loses its integrity. I'm almost not wanting to put a strap over because I kind of think that the side would collapse.
If we try to, do a lift on it when it's all damaged, chances are it's going to break anyway. So let's just winch it back the way it went in.
Why don't you load up what you can load up until it pulls you back?
If the total trailer rips open, tons of frozen chicken will spill into the ditch, adding hours, perhaps days, to the cleanup.
Wow. It just kind of took you for a ride, eh?
Oh, yeah. I came around the corner and I got caught up in the
slush.
My steer wouldn't steer no more.
18 hours ago, a slick, slushy road pulled a reefer full of frozen chicken into the bush. Crews have spent the morning cutting trees away so Jamie can pull it back onto the road.
Let's just winch it back the way it went in.
Let's give her a shot and see what she does.
Why don't you load up what you can load up until it pulls you back?
We don't know if it's going to make it out loaded or not. It's a 50-50 chance.
Good to go?
But the totaled trailer isn't cooperating.
Murphy. It just broke right in half. He didn't even pull that a foot. Not even, what, 6 inches? He just 6 inches and it just collapsed. I think we got to pull the tractor back into it itself with you.
I don't think there's anything left holding this trailer from that point to that point.
Pour off the fifth wheel plate all the way across the whole trailer.
Is that both sides?
Right straight across. There's a clean line, that wide, right across the whole thing.
You know, there's going to be an unload job no matter what we do here. Do we call Reed and unload it? Right.
Well, you can't unload it like that. Then guys.
On its side, yeah, you can't do that. I don't know what the answer is. I mean,
well, we can take a chain and a cinch and cinch it together.
you know, we really don't have much of a choice. Chain the landing gear to the front of the end and put a cinch in between it to kind of hold it together.
Somewhere further back.
They're hoping a chain Band-Aid will be enough to hold the broken trailer together.
It means we're chaining the trailer up right now. We're gonna try to get it up to the top of the road. If we can't get it to the top of the road, we have to unload this whole thing right here.
There's one.
They rig the trailer to both wreckers and give it another try.
I knew where it was.
Try to pull that in.
It's a snapping and crackling over there really good, eh? Kind of scary. Hey, we didn't stop there.
Sounded like the wall gave in. Well, it's still good. Still intact. How's the bottom one? Is it okay?
Far side's still tight, this side's loose.
It's a slow, painstaking pull, but the patched trailer's holding together.
It's coming.
So far.
Just a few more feet.
I can't believe we're keeping that together.
It's getting dark. What you can't see, I have visions of something just breaking and flying up.
That ain't good.
Sounded like the wall caved in.
I think the car goes through the wall.
That was the end of that.
The damage from the crash was too much. Thousands of pounds of chicken spill into the ditch.
Chicken everywhere.
The other half of the load is still in the trailer intact. But if they keep pulling, they'll lose that too.
So it's a hand bomb job. We did our best to bring it out, but we're done. That's all we can do.
You don't expect anybody to walk in there when it's like that, eh?
Well, I don't know what else do we got to do, right? We got to unload it.
Keep pulling. The damage is done, right?
He thinks we should just pull this thing anyway. He said the damage is done already.
Not a safe environment per person. The cargo, don't risk a man.
Well, the thing is, if a guy slides through that, he'll slice his arm off that tin wall.
Or if something gives out and the thing flops over or pins a guy or whatever.
Oh, it's awful. Like, he's really just about rolled on his side. I don't know what else we can do to make it any better. So at this point now, the guys are saying, you know what? Product's out the wall, sitting on the ground. Let's bring it out of the ditch. Whatever stays in the ditch stays in the ditch, and that's about all we can do. You know, we've been trying to be delicate with this thing. We've been trying to, you know, finesse it out of the ditch. You know, at the end of the day here, you can only do so much. You know, sometimes the patient dies.
They rip what's left of the trailer out of the ditch and get it off the highway.
Can't see what's going on.
Yeah, you're okay so far.
You have jobs that boom, 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 everything goes good. This is one of them ones that were fighting us the whole way.
Okay, they're sending traffic.
Sending traffic.
Just a month into the winter season, and the highway through hell is taking its toll.
It's all my lower back, man.
On the men and the machines that must fight to keep her open.
You need to respect that highway.
You on the road yet, Jamie?
It will eat you alive.
Next time on the highway through hell.
It's burning up good.
A truck fire.
Another Coquihalla barbecue.
2 lanes are blocked.
Engulfs a trailer full of cat food.
That's pretty serious flame.
The red hot wreck.
Hey!
Clogs the coke for days. And Bruce fights for his job.
He got the worst of it.
You gonna be able to work?
Forcing Jamie to make his toughest decision of the season.